Cancer, hi. This is going to be a reading for your first 2 weeks of November. We're going to check out the energies around you. We're going to talk about what's coming up for you, how you can change things, how you can mitigate things, what the central focus is. I do not read reversals, that's just my style. And I also have an expanded Celtic spread that I begin with, and then I layer your reading. All right, so let's find out what's coming up for these first 2 weeks in November for the sun sign Precious Cancer. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, Cancer. So we've got Strength, the Ace of Swords, and the Death card, which is the nucleus of your reading. And I'm going to move these cards down. And what that's talking about, the Lover's card, okay, we're talking about love here, guys. We're talking about strength. We're talking about people coming in from the past. Oh my God. Okay, so Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, we're completely different. But Cancer, it looks like it's all about love for you. So here's what we have. The Strength card is a really important card. It's the 8th card in the Major Arcana. Major Arcana was the original Tarot deck, and then they added the Minor Arcana in later. So what you're thinking about is it, I mean, boy, I'll tell you, a lot of this is about passion. And the passion to me, when I look at this just overall, is talking about relationships. And so, what is it when we look at this card that Cancer, and Cancer is such a soft sign, but yet it's such a strong sign, because for Cancer, it's really important to have love and family around them. So for me, this is a situation that is stemming from the past that is going to require some effort, some persistence, some fortitude, and things like that. Okay. And it says it's going to challenge your thinking, because what you thought was dead in the past is actually coming back. What you can't let go of is coming back big and in your face. Okay. And boy, I will tell you, it is a spiritual lesson about persistence. It is going to be about learning to overcome the obstacles to your goal. And I'm going to tell you, it's all going to begin with what you think about. You have the seed, the sword of something new that is being given to you from the heavens. Okay. And it's saying you have to control your mind, you have to control your feelings, you have to control your passions. So if this is about relationships for you, work relationships, if it's just about your life in general and security, if you're doing the same things over and over again, it's saying you're going to have to get rid of and stop the things that you're doing in order to have what you want. You have a great awakening coming in the first 2 weeks of November. I mean, I can see that these readings move pretty far into, and they're bringing us into 2022. And one thing I will tell you is that if you spend some time alone, you're going to find the things that you're more chained to, the lies that you tell yourself. Are you regurgitating the lies that other people have told you in your past relationships? Are you still tied to someone sexually, emotionally, in your mind, body, and spirit? And the cards are saying, if you are, it's time for you to put those things to rest. We don't live in the past. We live in the present. But if our mind and our emotions are in the past, they create the devil card, where we're still chained to things that are keeping us stuck. So for women, I would say, something that you thought about when, especially in your younger years, and if you are younger, you had an idea of what a man was going to be like. Okay. And if you're not heterosexual, if you're not straight, you had an idea of what love was going to be like. And this is talking about a male that was in your life. And maybe that original relationship, your mom and dad, or your mom and mom, or dad and dad, or whatever, there was a schism between the two of them. They were not emotionally available for each other. And it says spiritually, you are recognizing that this is something that has come out within yourself, and you want something that is going to give you and bring you the satisfaction and the emotional. God, it's almost like I want to say you need to feel this in your gut, like emotionally. You need to feel centered. You need to change something. And it says you need to look deep within yourself to see what it is that you need to change. It's an old idea that you're holding about relationships. The death card crosses you. If you don't let go of things that are in the past, if you don't let go of the way you've beaten yourself up about how you could have done something differently, that you need to change. And oh my God, look at what I did. Oh my God, it's all in the past. What can you do now? But in order to do that, you've got to control that dragon that comes out and it says, you're not enough. Don't you remember when you did? And didn't you remember how you learned your relationship was and what your dad said or your mom said or what they didn't say, how they weren't available, how they were too available? Oh my God. It says you've got to learn that you are now the one in control of your life. And let me tell you, you always will be. If you're talking about your parents still, if you're talking about your past relationships, if you're talking about story of your life, how somebody didn't give you something, it's saying snap out of it. That's in the past. The present, the universe is saying, dude, we are giving you manna from heaven. That's the Ace of Swords. We're giving you spiritual insights, and you're turning your back on the fact that you could change, that you have the power to change anything. The problem is you're so afraid because of the unknown. And that's the moon card. You create by the power of the moon too. It is a phase. It is something that is here and it does it every month over and over again. It might switch up a little bit, maybe 2 full moons in a month, but here's what it does. The same thing. It is fixed and it works in unison. And the Wheel of Fortune is going to give you and bring you what you want by the time of Taurus of 2022, which is April, May, if you will focus on the things that no longer serve you. Your relationship with your mother and father is your relationship with your mother and father. How it influences you is now up to you. You may spiritually change that by changing your mind about the way things were, by forgiving them. And if you say you can't forgive, I will tell you, yes, you can. If you're dealing with somebody who cheated on you from your past, man or woman, whatever gender you may be listening to this, you must let go of that. You are the keeper of your kingdom. You are the creator. You hold the pentacle in your hand. Even though this person in the past, they held their own pentacle, created their own reality. Now you create yours. And it's time for change. You literally have everything that you need in front of you, but you have to awaken to the fact that you have the ability and the fire within you to move into a place of more security within yourself. You see, this is all within yourself because when you feel secure, the world will reflect that. You show up and you say to the universe, I'm still really discontent. I don't like what I got in the past and I don't want what you're giving me. It says, okay. And you know what? What is it going to do? But if you show up and you say, instead of playing this old card of look at what happened to me, I don't want any more of that. We got that, but you're stuck there. Here's what you do want. And you need to possess it. You need to own it. And you need to know that if you show up, the universe will meet you where you're at. I say this all the time. Move into this new phase. And it says own it. Think about it. Feel it. Step into it. You're stepping into something new that will bring you everything that you want if you will just awaken to the fact that this over here doesn't exist. It only exists because you keep bringing this into the future. Leave the past in the past. You will create a change that will do 2 things, okay? It will bring new love into your life. It will bring when you unite with your own self instead of being fragmented and thinking that, I'm this or you're saying no more to that. This is who I am. Claim who you are. You're the magician. Again, this is all very creative. It's bringing love into your life and leaving disappointment. If you're going to bring the disappointment and the 5 of Cups in with you, you're going to be chained. So you need to take the time to just keep telling yourself, life is only this way because I keep saying it's this way. I have the power and the ability to change everything in my world. All right, so here's what we're going to do, Cancer. We're going to ask for this to be expanded upon for the first 2 weeks in November. That's interesting. No cards fell out, so this is going to be pretty specific. The month of May is going to, I'm going to say, yeah, it's going to take the things that you have felt have been unsuccessful. And it says, oh boy, there is a deep friendship, a deep relationship that is going to heal by the month of May. You will get everything that you want. And it says you have a secret admirer, and I'm telling you, a heartfelt wish is granted. But it says you've got a lot of hard work ahead before you get here. It means that you have to release this disappointment. These two cards are very, very powerful together. And then when we have the Five of Cups, what we want to focus on is not the past. We want to look at the past and say, yeah, you know what? This is what's been bothering me. But right behind me are two upright cups. What is a Two of Cups? It is relationship. It's the lovers. It's the coming together of two people, okay? And it's saying it will bring you peace, harmony, and guaranteed success. But God knows you have got to control this dragon. The lightning card, it's saying don't use your anger, don't use your shitty words, which we do when we're in relationships with coworkers, with parents, with lovers, with spouses, with partners, with friends. You'll be sorry. So, you could have this really great success and then you decide that you're going to spew your shit out again. I promise you, it says you're going to be taking a chance that you don't want to take. And you use it. It could be very passionate, it could be very sexual. And maybe you like the highs and the lows of a relationship, or maybe somebody that you're in relationship with likes that and you're tired of that. And it says you have to start going within and using the magic within yourself to make the change. And because this is so important to have the balance. Okay. You might be with somebody who tries to push you around, and it says you will be taken care of in difficult times. Okay. There's some good money coming to you, by the way. You gotta watch this. You're going up and down in relationships, and it says it's time to step into a new experience. This is interesting because May is when you really experience this powerful change in your life. You're setting it up right now to bring you into something very beautiful, springtime. And in June, you get the full blessing of it. It's very fascinating because what I feel and what I see when I look at this is you are in the process of breaking out of habits and patterns. And you could say to me, okay, I'm going to listen to this reading and I'm going to absolutely change and again, the success, full on success by June. So you will have ups and downs. Okay. That I will tell you. But, and you will come to the successful part. That's the great part. But I'm telling you, these first 2 weeks in November, this is all very dependent on what you do here. And you're going to go through, when you have habits and patterns, it's not like they change overnight. So you've got to give yourself a minute. Okay. All right. So let's take this. You've got to change how you go to disappointment, sorrow, and sadness because that's what you're used to. You're used to people screwing you over in relationships. And this is something that's very important that you change. And you have to look at the females and the males in your life, but specifically how feminine energy has turned its back on you. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful. So the cards are saying here, you need to ask and you need to stay connected to yourself and you need to know that you're not alone. This is also talking about ancestors, spirit guides. For those of you who don't believe it, you know what? You have ancestors that have crossed over and there are fragments of their spirits here still trying to help you. And it could come through to you in a dream at night. You could light a candle You could ask for guidance. And I'm telling you, it says and this is a very spiritual for Cancer, more spiritual than Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. And it's saying that you can ask your ancestors or the spirit world to assist you. Call on your angels. There's an army of helper angels out there for you. Call on them. So you would say something to the effect of, I mean, this is all made up of the divine source, okay? Whether it's your loved ones that have passed over, friends that have passed over, your guides, guardians, angels. Okay, so spirit guides, helpers, guardian angels, archangels. They're waiting to assist you. This is your spiritual team. If you don't ask for help and you don't ask for guidance, you're going to get more of the same. Look at this. You reach out, they'll respond. It's that simple. And look how beautiful the response is it guides you. So if you're in pain and you're suffering, ask, how can I heal from this? Show me what I need to know. Make it obvious to me, but don't hurt me. Don't harm anybody. Gently, quickly, but absolutely in my face, let me know. Help me heal it. What are the tools that it will take for me to have what I want? Now, listen, here's the key, Cancer. Stay connected to the spirit. Whenever we have these relationships that are just fucked up, okay, where you've got the devil involved and you're chained to this person and you can't release them, and God knows you don't want to because it feels so good and you're afraid that if you don't release them, that you'll have nothing. But we're not asking you to release a person. We're asking you to release what chains you to them, your feelings and your thoughts. That's where you're off. Most people are like, oh, my ex, I want my ex back. And all you're thinking about is all the stuff they did to you. You're looking at their social media. You're looking at who they're with and what they're doing. You're not even living your own life and changing your feelings because you're feeling something, anything, when you look at them. But it's the wrong thing, because you're addicted to that feeling and you have to face that. You have to see that. Okay. So it says stay connected to the divine, because it says that source is trying to, you're being pulled away by the devil, by the negative thoughts. And I don't mean devil literally, it's just negativity. Okay. It's pulling you away from the divinity that you can have whatever you want. And it says you've got to keep your connection as you're journeying through this physical world, because you're supposed to stay connected to the source, all that is. You're supposed to claim your divine right. You can have the answers if you'll just ask. Remember, ask and you'll receive. Seek and you're going to find it. Knock and the door's open to you. You are never alone. This is the most spiritual reading I have seen for astrology yet, okay, where I'm doing first 2 weeks in November to tell you what's coming up for your astrological sign. You've got to remember that you're never alone. You've got to know that the sadness, the loneliness, these feelings over here of, I've got to, if I could just have this, they've got to love me and they've cheated on you. Do you know that when you change your mindset, everything changes? Do you know that when you no longer have those feelings, or, you're not trying to fight a war with mother or father, or what you saw or what you were told or how you were treated in, your adolescence? Do you know when you clean that darkness out by going within? And it's scary, isn't it? But it's saying to you, if you do this work, we promise you, we will never leave you. We love you. We're sending you love now. We're your family. We're your guide. We were here. We were given to you by the God force. Use that. That's stunning. And it's beautiful. You're not alone. Stay connected to us. Please keep asking us. Call on an army of angels, God's helper angels. State the need, the intention. So if you need an army of helper angels to help you in your romantic relationships, to heal your heart, ask them to heal your heart and heal the whole situation. They'll do it. I'm telling you. You get an answer. I always get an answer within 20 minutes. Sometimes it takes 2 hours. Sometimes it takes 2 days, but never longer. It's always fast. If you believe, if you stay with it, and you get the hell off of social media and stop looking for the dirt. That's ridiculous. You have to recognize if you keep feeding the negative energies and the negative feelings and the negative intentions, you're going to get this. If you are here and asking for help, they're going to guide you. How do you get back to that love? How do you get what you really want from, what I'm saying, within yourself, and then that person comes to you, whether it be your ex or somebody new, is what I'm trying to say. Do you see what I'm saying? All right, so here's where we go. But you keep thinking the old negative stuff, so you got to start to do the work. And I'm telling you, if you seek the divine help, you'll get it. And it's beautiful. And keep it to yourself. You don't want everybody to know what you're doing. You don't want them to shit all over your good energies. Oh, yeah, and give you doubt. Nope, shut your mouth and just, nothing. It's like prayer. Your prayer is silent. It's quiet. It's between you and God. Okay, so there it is. You become very conflicted. Oh boy, this is relationships with people. 100 million% Cancer. Conflict and defeat is, and look at the 2 5s. They literally fall together. And the way out of this is spiritual. It says that you're trapped in fear. The 8th card, the strength card, is the 8th card, the very first card of this reading. You've got to take that lion. Remember Daniel in the lion's den. Where did Daniel focus his effort, his energy, and his intention? It was on God. And the lions didn't touch him. They became paper dragons, toothless lions. And that is you're so afraid of not being loved. You're so afraid that you're really that piece of shit. And it says that you're not. And it says you've been suffering in silence for far too long. Oh my gosh. I will tell you this, you get some spiritual and material prosperity if you will do the work here that we've talked about. This is spiritual work for you, Cancer. Huge. And it says choose wisely. You will be offered choices like you wouldn't believe in having what you want. If you will look at this that has kept you trapped and in darkness, and it will bring you here to the spiritual prosperity and abundance, including material, which is fabulous. I didn't even go into that because this was all about love. But it says, then you must choose wisely. And wisely means you must remember to choose the spirit, the love, the light, and please stay out of, I got to look at their phone. I've got to know who they're talking to. That's not a relationship. That's not love. That's fear. That's staying trapped that, oh my God, the same thing could happen to me. It's saying no, and stop suffering in silence. Talk to your guides. They're asking you to, and they're basically saying here, listen, we will grant you what you want. Be careful of what you ask for, right? You're not alone. We'll give you the love that you want, but you've got to look at the love, not the darkness. What does love feel like? Get inside yourself. You're not going to lose somebody. Okay? If it's given to you, all right? If it's yours, if that's what you're really choosing, you will not lose that. But stop with the possession that is turning negative. Stop with the idea that you're outside of the idea of love. Stop with the ideas that you were born to suffer. And this always happens to me. And oh my God, stop. Call on the guidance and ask for the truth of your heart within your soul. And then it says it'll be given to you. Look, you have choices. I know it. It says choose wisely. So this is the first 2 weeks for you, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And I just want to say that if you would like a private reading with me, check the links below in my YouTube, and you can go to my website and you can book a reading. But remember, this is about unifying yourself with love. It's about not feeling defeated. It's about knowing that you are the magician, that you do create your life, and you create it with the divine, with the unseen world. You can have what you want. Okay? No more doubt, no more past, no more being trapped in fear. It's about coming to a place of trust. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to you coming to the second half of November.